Well, there's a little bit to report about the old, cold, forgotten Buick, which is now just the old, forgotten Buick because it's not cold out right now. We've actually, as you can see, we've got the radiator fan taken out of here, and we found the leak in the transmission lines. It's the lower line that is down over there. It's very hard to see it in this kind of light. Our power steering leak, on the other hand, there's a series of lines right here that run to a little power steering cooler in the front of the car, in front of the radiator, and in front of the air conditioning condenser, and those lines have rusted through. There's a big old hole in the bottom of one of them, and a pinhole in the other one. And then there's this, which I'm sure many of you YouTubers will remember as the 8,000 BTU Carrier air conditioner whose fan would randomly quit working. Well, it turns out I fixed it, and the fix was a lot simpler than I thought. The fan motor itself was fine. I noticed the problem when I went and picked it up out of the yard and put it on this table, and the compressor would not kick on for anything. No matter where I set the thermostat, the compressor simply wouldn't turn on. Well, as it turns out, the thermostat was bad. So I took the thermostat completely out of the circuit since the contacts were hopelessly burned, and I just didn't feel that there was a great need to replace it. If I need to cycle this unit, then I have a heavy indoor-outdoor timer that I can plug it into for that very purpose. So now the compressor has just been hot-wired to run whenever the unit does. And at the same time, that has solved the fan motor problem. The fan now runs correctly on all 3 speeds that it has. So now all I have to do to this thing is get a set of side curtains to replace the rotten ones that were on it, a bar to keep it in the window, and an air filter for the evaporator coils, and it'll be perfect. Another item saved from the trash. And then finally a sneak peek at this Honda Prelude that I had mentioned to at least one YouTuber who left a comment on my video. I believe his username was Toyota Sucks01. This is a 1990 Honda Prelude 2.0 SI, I believe it is. Yes, it is. It's a 2.0 SI. And this was my brother's car. It's been running great. Got 167,289 and 0.5 of a mile on it. And he had the misfortune while he was driving it a couple of weeks ago to have the engine jump time. It was getting close to needing some timing belt work, but it shouldn't have needed it yet. And he just had the bad fortune that it jumped time on him. So he's looking for a new car, and we're actually going to repair this car because the engine still does run, although it doesn't run properly like it ought to. The only thing that's really wrong with this car is that the typical Illinois road salt has kind of taken its toll on it. There's some rust there. This was pretty much a rust-free car when we got it, but didn't take too much to reveal the rust. When this rear tire blew out, a big chunk of the body came out with it. So this is a pretty rusty car, but it did run well, and with any kind of luck, it'll run well again. Oh, check out the performance exhaust on the garden tiller here. That actually rusted off the Honda as well, but don't know if that's going to be going back on or not. I find that kind of stuff obnoxious, but he liked it, so there you go. That's an update on everything that we're working on here on uxwbill's channel and what we've been up to and what you'll see us doing in the near future, most likely.